have a new backdrop behind me. I kind of like the blue. I'm not totally against it, but the entire room is blue. And I think I want something a little bit more neutral. My goal is to repaint my office so that part of it is my studio set for Shine Strong Live Long, and then the other part is like what I do, like my desk work, different things like that. And so my idea is to have an accent wall. So you can't see it, but this wall over here is blue. And I think I'm just gonna leave this part blue. And then I have a gray. It's like a neutral, a light gray. It's called Mindfulness Gray. And I'm gonna paint all of the other 3 walls Mindfulness Gray. And that's by Sherman-Williams. So, I've never painted before. What I did do is watch a few tutorial videos on YouTube. Shout out to all of the people teaching me how to do things myself. Y'all are the best. I learned so much on YouTube. So, what I did was I patched up a few holes because I had some things hanged up on the wall. And what I used was something called plumber's putty. Now, this wasn't in any of the videos. I kind of had to improvise, use what I had here. So I had some plumber's putty, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. And what I did, I just took the nails out of the wall, and I filled it with this plumber's putty as much as I could, and then I scraped it clean with my scraper thingy. I'll show you what that looks like too. After I did that, I sanded it down so that it would be kind of like smooth for me to paint over. And then I went on Amazon and I bought this paint kit that I'm going to show you. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start.
So here's the equipment that I used: a handy paint cup, some painter's tape, a paintbrush and roller set, an extendable pole, and a drop cloth to protect your floor. Now, I am using a bed skirt, but trust me, you're going to want to get a real drop cloth, and you'll see why later.
In my pack, I got a 2-inch paintbrush. I got a roller, and with the roller, it can be attached to something. So I have this extendable pole. Oh yes, oh my gosh, I didn't even know this was gonna be included. So a paint stirrer. This, I probably won't use this. Anyways. I have a miniature roller, which is really cute, cause oh my gosh, what do I need this brush for? And then I think I have a double of each. So I have another one of these, another one of these.
The first thing that I did was I took off the face plates for my light switches and for the outlets. That's really important. You don't want to paint over those. And I had 2 cans of paint. They were both the same color. So I kind of just poured one into the other one and mixed it up together. And then I started with cutting. That's what they said to do on the video. So that's what I did. And I had an angled brush. Now, I realized after I said I was going to start with cutting that I needed to tape up the baseboards. I wanted to keep my baseboards the same color. And so that is what I'm doing here. And I decided that for the accent wall, I didn't want to be traditional and just have one wall. So I wanted to split my wall where my window was and where the door was, just to see how it would be. You know, this is my space. So I was like, be creative. I'm cutting here, and so I start with the baseboards and around all of the outlets. All of the painting tools that I listed earlier, I found the majority of them on Amazon, and I was able to get them delivered for that night around 7:30 p.m. So I didn't start the project until 9 p.m., but if you're interested in a project like this, I will link all of the products below. So what cutting does is it avoid you from painting or rolling your paint too far close to the ceiling so that you don't accidentally paint your ceiling or accidentally paint your baseboards. So it helps you kind of get an outline of where your boundaries are.
It is day 2. I started late last night, and last night I cut around, I guess, the edges of everything. I kind of underestimated how long that was going to take. I thought, oh, I'm just cutting around the outlet plugs and the light switches and then the trim. I forgot about the ceiling, and then around the door. It was just it took a lot. But I did learn something very valuable, that you don't want to make the same mistake I did. So when I decided to use the bed skirt as the drop cloth, I didn't really think. I was impatient, to be honest, and yeah, the paint just went right through the drop cloth. So I spent a lot of my night just scrubbing the floor. It did come up, so we're good. But today I'm not going to make that same mistake. Instead, I just cut up some trash bags so that they could lay horizontally. And then I'm going to start this morning. Today I'm going to just roll the paint on the walls, and we'll see how it turns out.
So we're starting with day 2. Again, I needed to mix my paint, and this time I'm pouring it into the paint tray. And then we go and we start rolling. So something that I realized while doing this, different from the tutorial videos. You can watch a video, but until you actually do it yourself, you don't realize how much paint actually holds on to these rollers. So you might see me dip into the tray maybe one time and I cover 1/4 of the wall. So I went back and forth a whole lot just to spread it out. Now I noticed when I got close to the corners, it was hard for me to get my roller into those corners. So I used my small roller for that part, and you're going to see that coming up soon. So by wall 2, I actually got the hang of it. So it went by really, really quickly. Rolling it took a whole lot less time than cutting the walls. I was actually relieved at how little time it took the paint to dry because I had a hair appointment. That is why my hair was not done for this video. And so far, that's the first 2 walls. And then this is the half wall that I'm accenting. And you can kind of see where I'm going with it now. Now it is time for coat number 2. And that's me using the smaller roller, of course. I found that very, very, very helpful during this process. So I think it's one of my favorite tools. And here you are. This is the final product of my room, phase 1. It turns out I actually wasn't a fan of the blue against the gray. So for phase 2, I plan to change the color of that blue. So stay tuned.